biggest things that I saw Kanye said was he was talking about he was like he can finally go back to being Ye, because he was like he had gave a whole list of the different.
Watched the whole thing?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just pulled a clip. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I don't Drink Champs ain't one of the ones that I watch. But I saw them hyping it up. You know what I'm saying? So I was waiting on the sound bites to drop out of it. But you know, when he was running down like the different artists, and he was like, what did he say? J. Cole rocking the backpacks, Kendrick, spitting better bars, Drake dropping more albums. Oh man, I wish I had the whole list pulled up.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was just.
You know.
You
hear me? Oh, okay, I guess it was my.
Could be headphones.
Yeah.
But he was just talking about the. He was talking about the artists that pull from it, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, he set the standard, and then they came along and they took different things from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you thought about that? You thought that was true or false in your opinion? This is Kanye we talking about now.
It's true.
You feel me?
I mean,
and so that's when he also said, well, I don't feel like when I say certain things, why is it so shocking? Like, why does that feel like, oh, he crazy, he need to go to the hospital, like how am I crazy?
Because certain things you can't say in public, sir.
It's the truth.
Slavery was a choice.
Huh?
Slavery was a choice, even if you thought it, you can't say it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Come on.
I feel you.
Certain things you just can't say. And no. I'm tripping. The most interesting one I saw.
It might offend.
The most interesting one I saw was when he said the biggest mistake of his life was signing Big Sean.
Yeah.
That was the one I was just whoa.
Yeah, he was like,
that boy throwing shots
like,
now.
Yeah, and he was like, no,
I said worst. I was like, oh.
I was like, hey.
Yeah. Hey. So Big Sean clapped back at him. He was like, man, I can't wait to go on Drink Champs. Then he was like,
because they just called him and invite he coming on. Yeah. You feel me?
He was like, yeah, you know, I find that funny that you would say that when literally right before you went into that studio, you was hanging with me.
And you didn't say nothing about what you hold up though. B, listen, what else? That was said.
Big Sean's net worth is $26 million too.
Oh, Big Sean dropped hit after hit. He
Soulja, my boy Soulja, Draco. He was like, Soulja is one of the top 5 most influential.
Which is $2 billion more than Cardi B. And think how big Cardi B is.
Listen, man.
Right.
Most influential. Top 5, Soulja.
He is.
And so my boy Norris say, so why you took him off? Yeah, because that was a big thing. Mm-hmm. Soulja went a rant for a whole. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Because text them, called them, and when in the text say, boy, you're very crazy. On them RRAYs. And then got on Drink Trust and said, he was like, Norris like, so it went hot? He was like, no, but, and everybody, he was like, Soulja was like, and went crazy. Did you hear his clap back?
I didn't hear so.
He's like, why didn't you just tell me? Why you didn't text me and just say that? And my first one hot? Why you just didn't say, hey, you couldn't make it?
But you know what though? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay, I'm gonna take over for you. When you have a lot of respect for someone, you know what I'm saying? Like he called him the most influential. So clearly he has a lot of respect for him. Because in my opinion, like throughout the 2000s, Kanye was the most influential. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with him saying that he's the most influential, that clearly says he has a lot of respect for him and what he does.
True.
It's hard to tell someone that you respect so much, your verse trash, bro.
True.
And I can't use it. True. So it's a lot easier just to be like, yeah, cut that. I'll just deal with it later.
True.
Drop it.
And that was interesting to me, Queeth, B, because he also went on to say, hey, I don't like the gray lines. I don't like the gray area. Like, I don't like the go talk to your manager is a problem. Talk through the bodyguard is a problem. Talk through whoever. If it's something, talk to me. Just let me know how you feel. So I find that interesting that you just said that, my boy. Because Cub went on and said you did.
Right.
You did. And I feel cool though when it's a lot come with that, and you try to play every pocket right, and you might not hit every pocket right. Right. You know what I'm saying? When it's billions involved, you feel me?
Right.
So that's just how the game go.
It's crazy, man. It was really interesting. Number one, I was shocked Kanye actually came on to even do a sit down like that.
When I seen that beat, I said my boy back outside.
That was very, very interesting, man. I don't know. I may sit down when I get time and I'll check it out.
You gotta check it out. Well, I just left the other studio checking it out, the original, and like last night, epic. I'm talking about Premiere 5, 4, 3, 2. Cause I couldn't believe it. Just like I couldn't, and I was ready for him to pop in, and he was like, "Bruh, if any time of all times, I'm finna do my most to get canceled tonight." So that's when I knew he was gonna pop it. It did.
But like back to the Big Sean thing. His argument for that was weak. It wasn't because Big Sean wasn't a good artist, and it wasn't because Big Sean didn't bring him a lot of money.
It was because
Big Sean didn't agree with him running for president.
Exactly.
And he didn't stand behind him as when he was running because
and he felt some type of way because he changed Cold Life.
Big Sean was pushing people to go vote Democratic. Like that, I feel like it's kind of weak, bro. Like if we gonna talk hip hop, let's talk hip hop. If we gonna talk politics, let's talk politics.
But exactly. But so what Cuz's perspective is, and I'm finna come from Kanye right here. What he was also saying was, let me ask you, how would you feel if you had your protege, you feel me, somebody that 5, 10, 15 years younger than you, and you changed their life and changed not only their life, their family life, you did all this stuff for here, and now that you're running for city councilman of Birmingham, and he's a big figure now, and now he has something to, Big Sean is and Cuz go on.
If you're not a good candidate, you're not a good candidate. I'm not gonna put my name on you if you're not a good candidate.
If I don't agree with your politics,
exactly. My thing is it's different when you're putting your face out there. You're doing some publicity stuff for music industry because that's where you came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's your thing. That's what you're doing. Yeah, I'll support you. Yeah, all day. I mean, I got your back. But we're talking about being the president of the United States.
Right.
This means that you are speaking on life or death situations like
that affects millions.
That affects billions of people.
Right.
Not just in the United States, but we're talking about people in other countries that we are associated with. So I'm not gonna support you if you're not good for the job. I don't care who you are.
See, and no, I understand what you're saying. But I'm trying to tell y'all what Kanye was saying. He was like, if I'm not good enough for the job, how was I good enough to change your life and your family life?
Because that's your area.
That's hip hop. You may be good enough in hip hop to sign me and to literally change my life and my family's life. I don't agree with your politics, so I'm not gonna stand behind you.
So this is what my boy is saying. My boy saying this is when the money play coming to talk. This is when he popped the billion talk. Because it's like, y'all put me in that box. I was able to do more things outside of music for people that came through to say, I don't do music. This is my life. If you do mental health, I change your life and your what's the name? In your family life, I change your life, your family life. If you do such and such, I change your life and your family. Y'all put me in this box. I do all this for a lot of people.
Listen,
but I don't.
Politics. But see, that's when you get. No, I was just gonna say that's the battle that they have because they feel like they can't go outside their box. It's because that's how people gonna look at me.
It's not the same. That's not your like. I can understand it's not like the way that it's being described is more so of let me jump off this music industry. I'm gonna hop over here into the film industry. That can be done. That's different. But we're talking about you going from entertainment to going to politics, which is a whole different field. Can you support? Yes. Like Beyonce supported. Like remember when Barack went in? Beyonce, all kinds of. I'm saying Beyonce because I just remember her with the music, and she was Lil Wayne was he one of them? Somebody else, but it was a bunch of artists, a bunch of entertainers that supported Barack when he first went into office.
Jeezy.
But you're working within your element to promote. And so that's what Big Sean was doing. He was working from his element. But don't be mad when you step outside your element and you're trying to do this over here and I don't support you. I know you in this element, and if I need somebody to come into your company, if I want to promote your company and what you can do for an artist all day long, I'm gonna promote you because that's my experience with you. That's where I know you shine. But I have never seen you work in an office. I have never seen you hold any type of public office.
That's the thing. You haven't, but somebody else that is in the office have seen me been there too. And I'm
but he has never. Has Kanye ever held a public office?
Never.
You just jumped off the couch with your 1.8 billion, which hey, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You got money. You just jumped off the couch with your money and said, I'm going to be president today, and I got the money. I don't need any support. I got the money to support myself. So I'm gonna put myself out here. And all you really did was make it harder for those who are really running to get in office, and somebody that we could have really put in office that young people would have supported and that would have been beneficial for us in the office. You know what I'm saying? You just hindered that process because when it comes to a candidate, I'm not going to pick one candidate, but if I got candidate A, B, and C, and A is not a good candidate, but B and C are also running, A don't care if you don't vote for him. He just doesn't need you to vote for one or the other. Yes. Right. Or if B is his leading competitor, he just don't need you to vote for B. You ain't got to vote for him. So whether you not vote or you vote for C, it don't matter. And that's what Kanye did. He became C that all the young people like. And so guess what? They flocked to him, which took votes from B and gave more support. It looked like it gave more support to A.
And it took votes from B and it looked like it gave more support to J. That's what happened.
Jay.
Yeah. He confused. It took votes from Bernie and gave more votes to Joe.
Who won?
Joe.
Strategy.
But it didn't matter. He just needed you not to vote for Bernie. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I was trying to be,
I don't never hide my politics on this show. It is what it is.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's what Kanye did. If he would have just stepped back, just like Big Sean did, pick one to support, whether it be Trump, whoever, you have the right to choose. And you throw your support at that person. And then everybody can follow along with you. You know what I'm saying? But pick it for the right reasons, not just because this person has money. Pick it for business, economic background, their leadership abilities. What have they done in previous offices? And where were they stance on war? Where their stance on religion? Where their stance on
I was gonna say I'm gonna go a step further. If it's ever one time to be selfish, it's when you're voting. What will you do for me? Not for him, not for her, me. How will voting for you benefit me? Be selfish. And I feel like Big Sean knew putting him in office don't benefit me. But voting for this person will. So if you're like Q, if you decide to all of a sudden run for office, love you. You're my brother. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been through thick and thin together.
Thick, with them thin back.
If I don't agree with your politics, I'm not voting for you, bro.
It's real.
Simple and plain.
Because you have to cater to a certain party. So you have to be careful when you run. What party are you willing to gang? You feel me? When I say gang, these are the people that's finna go and vote for you due to your beliefs. That's what he's saying. If it's not his beliefs, but this is what's political is. I'm trying to please him because these is his beliefs, and I'm also trying to please you. But guess what? These are not your beliefs. So now I'm trying to come to a medium where I can please both parties. And you know how difficult that is? To try to put both of y'all that have two totally outlooks on the same topic of discussion.
But let me ask you this, and I know this is kind of going to segue into something else. Do you think that with him running and how he took the opportunity to become part of politics, it was just basically celebrity privilege?
That's all. That's all it was, because the average person.
Wait a minute. We're not finna hold up.
But listen, celebrity privilege is real, because look, there's this story right here with the Raiders guy.
Before we go to this story, Trump was on
him too.
On Coming to Central. Like, I mean, wrote like, hold up.
But him too.
Before he was ever president.
Him too.
Go ahead, cuz. I'm just letting folks y'all know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, now I don't think he's gonna get the walk, because I mean,
hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before we get there, we got to do this.
To another episode of Live Lit Energy. Is always your boy Q Smith. I'm going 1 cup, special cup, limited edition tonight. And your boy,
always is your boy B. I gotta say this real quick. He ain't no braids.
Hey, I'm talking about big braid right now. He
ain't no braids, man. Hold on. Outfits. Name one player on the team.
Boy. My boy, listen, no.
Biggest name you can find.
No.
Those names.
Before we get into that bag,
name one player on the team.
We can't forget about our girl, Quiz. What's up, Quiz?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
I'm sorry, Quiz. Hey.
I'm
sorry. Forgive me. I got a point I'm trying to prove here. Name one player on the team.
So check this out.
I just helped you.
The reason why I'm not 2 cups tonight and I'm 1 cup shorter tonight, it could get wet. I was 1 cup before I was 2 cup. So I had to bring it back to the 1 cup, because guess what? I played football, I played basketball, and I played baseball.
That's not what I asked him.
And I don't care what you ask me. I'm telling you why the reason I'm
doing
my thing tonight.
Name a player on the team.
Listen to me here, my boy. Listen to me, my boy. The reason I'm going 1 cup tonight, ATLANTA edition, because I was 5 years old.
I don't care about when you were 5.
They do. When the Braves won their last World Series.
Nobody
Don't
cares.
You know, I went out, I'm talking about instantly. I played left field, right field.
Right.
Don't give it away.
I played left field, right field, center field. And guess who I was? Andrew Jones. Get what? I played third base, second base, third base, shortstop. Guess who I was? Chipper Jones. You feel me? So I come from that class.
Name a player on the team current, because Andrew Jones ain't been there in 10 years and Chipper retired like 8 ago. So name a current player on the team
on the
that won the World Series this year.
This year?
Yeah, name me one current player.
2 Chainz, Pastor Troy. They're the biggest players.
Player active on the Braves roster. Name me a player
that's active on the Braves roster
that was on the field when they won the championship. No, he don't. That won the championship the other night. He can't, because now he just finna Google it, so I don't care no more. Look, as you can see, I've been holding.
Trying to help you out,
I have been holding this cup for weeks, because your boy here is a big Braves supporter. Been holding the Braves down back in the summer when we were down bad and everybody counted us out. Man, I was still there, holding them down, watching the games. Man, back when we clinched the division. Who was up late that night celebrating with them boys, man? Rock with them all the way through the World Series. Your boy is a big Bravos fan, man. So I salute to my boys, the Braves, man. Them boys came through one time for the city. You feel me? And I can name several players from the team.
I was trying to help you out. I told you, just start naming black names. Davis, Jones, James. You ain't have to get enough first. You be like, oh, what? James, Davis.
I bet you.
You could just
hold on.
They all play.
Hold on. I bet you.
I was trying to show Cole the tech, but
I bet you 2 Cup didn't even watch the last game of the World Series.
You want to bet?
Who hit that big home run for the Braves?
We say Quee James.
Wrong.
Diaz.
Wrong.
You can never go wrong with
Wrong. Because contrary to popular beliefs, African Americans don't dominate Major League Baseball.
I didn't say that.
White people don't.
Because a lot of
white
those
people
names
don't either.
But I didn't say that.
Oh,
I said those names. You can never go wrong with those names. You just start naming black names.
You
black
like
names,
MLB, we in there. We in everything.
Names.
Yo.
Jones, Davis.
Yo, we in there. Yo, I bought the mid.
Your Caribbeans, Puerto Ricans,
Diaz, Matt
they
Diaz.
dominate Major League
Martinez,
Baseball.
shout out to minorities. They still minorities. You feel me? It's us winning at the end of the day. That's all that matters.
Anyways,
who won?
Speaking of sports, man, put that down. That's embarrassing.
What's embarrassing?
You trying to hold that up, trying to front.
Front. Well,
Trying to front.
That way, look, he talking about all that.
But
this
man
didn't say he bought anything.
He
He telling y'all names, but he didn't say I bought anything. I was buying this back in '95. So I'm with Chipper now. Chip might not even know. Andrew might not even know, but we knew in '95. Man, come on, cuz. What?
Who was the manager back in '95?
Bob Cox. Man, come on, cuz. Go to your next story,
Bob
bro.
Who?
Bob, what did you say? Dang stuff.
No.
Chris, where you at?
No, hold on. No, sir. Bob who?
Bob, it's Bob.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. So,
you know what time it is?
Speaking of sports, man, the biggest sports store
wait, give it to him. It's Bob.
is Bobby Cops. That boy said Bob Cops.
Cuz, you think them
It's
folk
Bobby Cops,
them folk ain't
not
called
Bob
Bobby.
Cops.
Them folk
Okay.
right there in the dugout telling us, what up, Bob? Them folk ain't saying Bobby.
Okay, look,
Them folk saying be caught.
like I said,
you did.
2 Cup ain't a real. He ain't a brace, man, and nothing he can say on this show gonna convince me of anything else.
It's my folks. That's all.
It ain't his folks. He just
my folks that understand.
That's what we like to call bandwagon jumpers.
This man
it's
ain't
all
bought no
G.
gloves though. He
It's
ain't
all
played
G.
no
It's all
baseball. He ain't did none of the
I did.
Chipper.
I played.
So
I
what
played
glove
little
did you
league.
buy?
I played little
Chipper.
league baseball.
Yeah, look at the numbers, Andrew. Look at the numbers. I was that. What? Don't try. What? I was that.
I played. What does little league baseball have to do with your fandom of the Braves?
Cause these are in rap and entertainment and sports, we have people that we looked up to. When I played baseball, cause the A-Wood I was rocking, my boy. I'm talking about 5 years old, 6 years old, Little League. Andrew, Triple Jones, my gloves I got from what?
Have you kept up with them since?
It don't matter if I did or didn't.
It does. It matters everything.
That's just like asking Chipper, did he keep up? And
he did.
How you know?
He beat cause I watched the games.
They like, okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna take Chip out of it. That's asking any player that
Chipper,
hold
on, no. Chipper was there. Chipper, Bobby Cox, Andrew Jones. Guess what? Last time I was over at Truist Park and I was watching the game live, they were in the stadium too.
Okay, so listen, my boy. All that.
Listen,
Any player that won the World Series in '95 that don't keep up today. I ain't talking about Chip. I ain't talking about Andrew. You gonna say the same thing? Yeah, they keep up. No, my boy, they don't.
They do.
But bro. Every player, man.
But they do.
They don't. You speaking on something you don't know.
But I'm speaking on something I know way more about than you. Don't try me,
once
bro.
Again, 95. If you went in 95, cause what they just did was a revamp in the A of Freaknik. You know what I'm saying?
And hell does that have to do with the Braves?
It was very nostalgic. It was a very good thing. But what I'm trying to tell you is, bro, it's people that celebrating the remake that they just did that wasn't a part of the original. Hey, I might not been to the late one that just went out in the A 2-3 weeks ago, the remake of the Freaknik. I might not been there. I might not been tuned. That don't mean to say I came, bro. I came from the original. You feel me? Every play, you know what I'm saying?
As a fan of a team, all my teams, the Braves, the Eagles, Tennessee. If you weren't rocking with us when we were down bad, don't jump on us when all of a sudden we get good.
95.
That's just how I feel, man.
95.
If you weren't with us during the down years, keep it.
And what I'm saying, if you really ain't tied in, you just talking that I support and never
That's
bought. If you never bought, I ain't talking about verbally supported. If you never cashed in to make us go up to why we do this for y'all, like if you never cashed in and spent the dollar, don't jump on the bandwagon. If you never cashed in and not really supported and rock these folks with your jersey at practice, with their glove at practice, with their cleats at practice, don't, you feel me? I'm one of them.
Hold on, no. How old were you again?
I was 5.
Okay.
That's Little League.
So who really cashed in? So moving on. Henry Ruggs.
Mama, this is what I want.
The biggest story of the week,
what
man.
I want.
My boy Henry Ruggs. Y'all know Henry Ruggs, man. Wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. Former wide receiver for the University of Alabama. Man, like my heart breaks even talking about this story when the news first dropped. Man, I was like literally at a loss of words. If you don't know, Henry Ruggs was involved in a DUI crash this past week in Las Vegas. The story came out. The original story dropped that Henry Ruggs was just involved in a DUI that involved casualty. Death was involved in the DUI, which is terrible. You know what I'm saying? You already thinking like, man, this man's career is over. Then details came out that 2 seconds before impact, his Corvette was going 156 miles an hour. On impact, it was going 124 miles per hour, and he was drunk and had a gun in the car. How?
I'm saying, wait. Before we say we got the gun, I got a gun in the car. You got a gun. Folk got guns in the car, so don't just say guns. Like, how do the gun hit? Is it a body on there? Is it unregistered? It
was unregistered. He wasn't supposed to have it.
Okay.
So that's going to equal out into a gun charge at this point.
Okay.
So, y'all thoughts? First and foremost, my thoughts and prayers definitely goes out to the victim's family. It was a young lady, I think she was 21, and her dog both died at the scene. And Henry Ruggs' girlfriend was in the car. She was 23. Henry Ruggs' girlfriend was in the car. She was injured as well, but she's fine.
Was she drunk too?
I don't. In the story says that they both had a few drinks. They were both out drinking. But I heard someone say earlier, you know what I'm saying? If Jaquise, if I've been drinking, we've been out partying, I've been drinking and I've had too much, you're going to say, hey,
deal with
I'll drive. Hey, let's take a Uber.
I didn't know if it was his wife. In Mr. I didn't know if his wife, girlfriend thought La Mama still supposed to know, hey, my boy, we going 150 right now. And I am my dogs. I'm like,
that's the biggest thing.
I say, when my boy on the interstate, they say no. My boy was on the street, like Boulevard, like Avenue, like, you feel me? I'm sitting here like, hold up, La Mama in the passenger seat.
I mean,
if she ain't tapped in, she could have been loving it. Money have me.
But I don't. You just never know. And one, we don't know his personality, how headstrong he is. I'm not blaming him, I'm not. I don't want to blame her because at the end of the day, he made a choice. Did she make a choice to get in the car with him? Yes. So she's somewhat at part, but at the same time, maybe not. We don't know. I've been with people who are just really headstrong and determined to do what they're going to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't control people like that.
Yeah.
You can't. You just can't.
Even if you're trying to talk to them within that moment to de-escalate the situation that possibly could come, you can't because their
mind going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want to be careful in how I speak, but one of the most things that I dislike and I show no kindness to is drunk driving. And that's only because when you're drinking, you make a choice. Now, if you got intoxicated or under the influence unknowingly, like a roofie, and this happened, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you were out drinking. You made a choice to get in the car, and you made a choice to drive. So not only did you, in that moment, when you made the choice to crank up that car, you're making a choice to take away your life, the person you could potentially hit, and if you got any children, you're making a choice to take away their life. So that's 3 people impacted when you could have just simply took an Uber, and you got money.
He got the money. Money is not the excuse here. For a lot of average working people, it's just like,
I ain't got the money.
I don't have the money for an Uber. You know how much an Uber cost me from this place to my house, or a taxi, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the cost may be.
The Uber fare to me, I don't want to spend the Uber fare. Why? Because the Uber fare is what I got, the last that I got to make it to the next. To make it to the next,
which is still irresponsible. Because while you out drinking and all you got is enough for Uber fare to make it to next week.
Wait. That's when you did get it to both sides of the story. I got invited tonight. Shots was on them. I just trying to go out and have a good time.
But
so,
my thing is, if you know that you do not have a DD, why would you even drink that much? That I think, and that's what makes it such a pet peeve with me. You know what I'm saying? You're really endangering somebody else's life, and all it took was for you to sit your tail down somewhere. Yeah, if you know I'm drunk, if I know I'm drunk, do I want to go home? Yes. Should I? No. At the end of the day, you endangering
being
somebody.
Drunk. Listen, cause we all have been drunk. Mm-hmm. Maybe drive, and when we're supposed to. But bro, there's one thing that we all know. 150 and 120 hit different when you're drunk. You feel
me? 150 and 120 hit different when you're sober.
That hit different. If anything, my boy trying to go the speed limit and swerving. Remember the lanes where you swerve out? Doing that and going under the speed limit, swerve. But 150, 130, and I like, my boy, cool, had to be on them. He had to be on the slab, like. You're like, no, my boy was on the streets. I said,
and you know, it could have been like one of those situations where like you pull out and you just speed, you know, like showing off your work.
But you ain't gonna get up to that kind of speed, not that fast.
You feel me?
The statement that his girlfriend released is like right before impact, the car in front of them swerved, and he was like, "Man, what is this car doing?" Slammed on brakes, pow. So I've concocted this whole thing in my head.
What you got? Happened. What's your theory, cuz?
So he was speeding. Probably the car in front of him was speeding, right? You have you ever been on the interstate? The car in front of you swerve, and then it's a car sitting there in front of you. Mm-hmm. Now you got a decision to make. Mm-hmm. Either I'm gonna swerve, go off the road, slam on brakes. I got a decision to make, right? And that's probably what happened. Mm-hmm. But he was going 155 when that car swerved out of the way. Her Toyota was sitting there or whatever. You know, probably I don't know if it was moving or not. Could have been stalled out. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And he slammed on brakes, but going 150. Don't care how good your brakes are, you're not finna stop that monster moving that fast. Yeah. And that's what I feel like happened.
And unfortunately, he made a mistake, and now it's saying that he's facing up to 46. 46 years in prison for it.
Possibly more, because I read the prosecutors are also going to charge him for the injuries to his girlfriend's arm. They're going to add those into his prosecution.
If she's not,
that's a state charge. She don't have to press charges.
Off an injury report, just because she in it.
She don't because the prosecution is bringing up those charges. She don't have to press charges.
And basically, they're finna make an example out of him.
That's exactly what they're finna do. They're about to fry this man to make an example that.
What does she say? I don't want y'all to do that.
She can't do that
because that's the law.
That's the law. It's just like if you get punched in public and a police officer see it and take the person to jail, you can go down there all day, but like, no, I don't want to press charges. Like, sir, this is out of your hands.
No, that's the stigma. If it go to trial, then yeah, it hit different. If it go to trial, that's when it hit different.
The state is bringing the charges.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but if that state, if it got pushed to a federal, and the witness had to come, and it was a trial, and the witness came,
even if you can't, even if they called you to the stand, and the only thing you can do is stand up there and say yes, it happened. Or no, it didn't. That's the only thing you have. That's the only way you can control the situation. You can't say, I don't want y'all to press charges. You can stand up in that on that stand
federal and say
with your hand on a Bible.
Yep.
And you can either say yes, it happened.
Yep.
Or no, it didn't.
Tell y'all
but the difference is.
I'm trying to tell y'all
the difference is
it doesn't matter because the cops saw it happen.
No. But your cops can see everything, baby. They can have a whole police report. When it comes to the judicial system, these people, I'm trying to tell you, when they pull up the victims and who they are, the people that can sit, like Cole say, and put their hand on the Bible, and by them being the person, after this, it's
biggest difference. Hold on,
the cops and all them folk.
This situation hit different, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I ain't gonna talk about this. No, I'm not.
Because it ain't nothing she can say.
I'm just talking about how it go. Them folks can sit up there and say, no, he wasn't the one. And guess what? It's dropped, and everybody walk free. That's how I go. But not with this situation. It's different.
With this situation,
it's different. But I'm just saying that happened in real life.
She had. I don't know exactly what's wrong with her arm, but it was significant injuries to her arm. Right. Clearly, the prosecutors know about it. They have the doctor's reports. They have the police reports. They arrived to the scene. He already admitted it. It's cut and clear. If they want to press charges, if they want to add charges to him for his girlfriend's injuries, There's nothing she can say.
Because it's leverage. It's documented facts, and this is the law, and I can press this if I want to press this.
She can say, "Oh no, don't do that." They
shut up. Also, that's when we get into like we covered last episode. It's a favor for a favor because now he got his lawyers in there, and depends on who the people that's charging DAs. And
that's the whole thing. I don't think it's gonna be no favor here.
This dude 22
ain't gonna be no favor here.
He ain't gonna get out till he about 7.
No, I ain't gonna.
I ain't gonna say.
Don't say cause
they ain't gonna hit him with the max. I don't see him hitting him with the max, but I do see him doing probably.
He gonna do at least 25.
I don't see him doing 25. Honestly, I don't. I see him probably doing 5, and then maybe 5 on probation.
But that's a life. So if her family's gonna fight that.
Well, her family's gonna take him to civil court. Yeah. So all the little money he's made in front of NFL, that's all gone because they gonna definitely take him. I mean, I think his house is worth 1.1. Their house, like they finna take him to civil court and hit him for everything he got. So, but I don't see him doing the whole 44 or whatever it is. I see him probably doing 5 and then 5 on probation or something like that. But
you know what? That's gonna eat at him. That's gonna eat. It should.
And that's the problem. That's the thing. And so my heart, I know I said my heart goes out to the victim. My heart goes out to him. And I don't know if y'all heard Derek Carr, who's the Raiders quarterback, his statements. He was just like, man, he needs someone in this moment. And he said, I'm gonna be that person because you can only imagine the guilt that he's holding in this moment. You know what I'm saying? And everyone likes to point the finger and point and laugh and make jokes, you know what I'm saying? But no one ever thinks like these are human lives we're playing with. And no matter how wrong he was, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it wasn't done maliciously. So he's definitely holding that guilt and that burden. And so my heart definitely breaks for him. It really does.
And that's why I was like trying to pick my words and choose my words because that's true. So now he has to sit with this where, the young lady who passed away or who died from it, she's no longer suffering from it. She don't have to worry about it. She's not here to do that. But he has to live with that guilt of what happened.
Right.
And that's going to be hard. But I guess my thing is we got to be careful. Like, we got to be careful with the examples that we're setting. We got to be careful with the choices that we make, such as driving drunk.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And so in this moment, let's use this as an example. Get an Uber. If you're going to drive, no matter your age, get an Uber.
Right.
If you can't get an Uber, call somebody. If you ain't got nobody to call, sit yourself there until you sober up. Because it's not just your life you playing with. Oh, I'll get caught. I'll go get a DUI and then I'll go to jail, whatever. It's no big deal. It is a big deal because every second that you stay on the road, you could potentially end someone else's life.
There's something, you know what? There's something about that. I promise you, I've never tried it. I think I've heard about this though. Someone said if you call the police, they will escort you home. They will take you home.
No.
If you call them at the establishment drunk, they will take you home.
Let me tell you how God works.
You know what though?
I wouldn't try.
No.
But you know what? I would kind of like. I wouldn't say I would try it to a extent of like actually letting them take me home. You know what I'm saying? But I'll probably be like, look, let's just try. And then afterwards, I'll be like, hey. They get there and I'm picking up Brandon. So, sir, I'm sorry. I called my girlfriend. She came and she's here.
Just to see if they'll come.
Yeah, just to see the reaction that you'll get.
Because I
but think. They probably won't come. They may sit on a taxi.
They may, but I think the reason I wouldn't try it because just my look, I'm gonna get a butthole of a cop. Like I'm gonna hit you with a public intox. You going to the drunk tank. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like. Versus if I know I'm slaughtered beyond even speaking, right? I would much rather take my chances at that point with staying at the establishment, telling the police, look, I'm too messed up to drive, don't have money for an Uber. Y'all just drop me off at the house. Take my chances with them, hit me with a public intox, which is a misdemeanor. I don't even think you pay a fine on it. I think you just sit in the drunk tank until you sober up, they send you home. Mm-hmm. Versus getting out there and doing something like this. I'm just saying. I think somebody try it and just let us know. Let us know that really works.
Yeah, just call me. I'll pick you up if you want. Now, if you about 30 minutes away from me, then you out of luck. We're gonna get your Uber. But yeah, I would want to definitely see like how that works. And if it does work out that way, I think that's phenomenal.
And I think that'd be a great community outreach thing for the police. Like, really. But then they'll get bogged down with calls on Saturday nights.
But I like how on New Year's, y'all notice, like, the taxis, they have a free, on New Year's, they will drop you, like, they give you so much for free. So far.
That's cool.
They take you so far.
That's cool. I mean, we need more, like, because everybody like to go out and everybody like to have a good time. But, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to driving, we need to think before we get behind the wheel. You know what I'm saying? You need to have some kind of method. Either A, buy you a breathalyzer and check your own self, or B, you need to know your limits and know, okay, I'm at a point where I can't drive this car. You know what I'm saying? Everyone needs to know their limit. What's too much? You know, before you order your first drink at the bar, how much you can drink.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. Still, everyone likes to try to push that boundary, man. Don't push it, man. If you gotta drive, don't push it. Drink what you can drink. Go home and drink the rest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody like the pregame, so you got a ball at the house. Come back home and just finish off that ball and go to sleep. Naked in your bed. Right? Right? Right. Moving on. What we got, Queez?
Fun question.
Shoot.
Who is the best TV show couple
of all time?
I wouldn't say for all time because I mean all of those are great. You know what I'm saying? But for you, like when you look at this list, which one pops out as the best couple?
Take your time, B.
Man, I forgot.
I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do the best couple and the most toxic.
I forgot about Jamie and Fancy. Man,
I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do the best and the most toxic.
No, you can't do nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I can't do nothing. CEOs, we can't do nothing. Queez, what's the rules?
I like that. Let's do the most toxic couple, TV couple.
So B, we got toxic.
I mean, everybody.
We got toxic couple. Hold up, we got toxic. Talk to us, Queez.
Most toxic.
Okay.
And just best couple.
Best couple
so
for me.
For you.
And
your stance.
Internet don't get mad at me. But I gotta do this because this couple just meant so much to my life. It felt like my parents for real. I got to do it. This is my best couple.
Mm-hmm. Best couple.
My best couple. Nah. Mom and dad. I felt like I could call them mom and dad.
Best couple.
Yes. Claire and Cliff Huxtable. The Cosby Show.
Okay,
that felt like mom and dad to me.
Why?
I mean, Claire is loving nature, but Claire was also stern. Like she didn't play. Like you knew Claire was not the mama to try. You know what I'm saying? And then Bill, he was so lovable and funny, but he had his little awkward, quirky ways of doing things, and it really made it feel like home. Like I felt like those are my sisters and brothers, and this is mom and dad every episode I watched.
Yeah. What about you, Q?
Talking mom and dad?
No, the best couple. He said mom. He said them as a couple, but that's why he chose them. What's yours? Best couple on that screen right there. Pick the best.
He chose them because off of mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
Claire.
You see him?
Okay, so I see him level up. So look, if he popping it like that on that type of vibe, on that type of vibe, that type of lane, that type of pocket, if he doing that, I'm gonna do this. Zoom in.
What's the name, Q? What's the name, Q?
Huh?
Okay, what show that came from?
I already know Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? You got my boy Big Car. You feel
and his wife?
You already know.
Somebody said she look like a pit bull. And I can't see it.
Beautiful.
I can't see it now.
What the mama name was? Velma? I mean, not Velma. What
Somebody said Velma. Harriet.
Harriet Tubman.
And you know who we don't have on here? Yeah, we don't have Uncle Phil.
We so don't have Phil and Bill.
All right, why you pick Family Matters?
Because
they were the most awkward.
Talking to your mic, Oh,
it's right here. Look, the reason I picked them, cause they held it down. Cause listen, man. Cause y'all gotta think. Do y'all see how them folk kids had lived? Y'all understand how y'all think about it?
They were really.
Do y'all see how their kids live?
Middle income family. Like,
and
they were
look,
great.
Cause my boy was a police officer, still came home every day, make sure the old lady straight. The kid going through crazy. It was some hood.
Love
if you think about it, it was some real low class middle hood.
I actually did not like that show. I did not enjoy Family.
You know what? It don't surprise me because somebody hurt you as a child,
and you
don't like none that was good.
Who do he need to pull up on? Plug it.
Who you need to pull up on?
Flip script.
Oh, Flip the Script Counseling. They're located in the heart of home. It ain't really in the heart. It's on the edge of Homewood, Alabama.
Almost in Birmingham.
Almost, yeah.
Cause that downtown Homewood.
But no,
different.
listen. See, y'all picking them for the wrong reasons. I said couple, which means how they relate to each other. Like Carl and what's her name?
Harriet.
They want
Tubman.
Why you do that? Carl, but shoot, I loved her character. I loved her. I liked him. I liked the show. I've watched the series even as an adult on Netflix where you can go through the series. I've done that. I've binge watched it. They were awkward to me. Every time they kissed, it was like
it was so.
It wasn't a couple feel. My favorite couple.
Okay, who you got, Queez?
Got a Pat. Love Sinclair and Overton.
It was.
Hands down, as a couple, I know they weren't mom and dad, but they loved each other as they were. Like, favorite episode, favorite moment with them was when Overton was still trying to date Sinclair, and he was like, "You want to dance?" He didn't really ask her if she wanted to dance, but they on the dance floor doing this. They just their weirdness just matched. You know what I'm saying?
They did. That's a whole different
they meshed as a couple. You know.
That's why I say it depends what pocket you in. Once I said before, when he picked his, it was his pocket off the whole family.
Yeah.
And that was my pocket off the whole family. But you pick your pocket off no sure, and this is so the pockets.
No, I'm just talking about how they relate to each other. You know what I'm
exactly.
Now, if I had to go with being a parent and relating to each other,
talk to me. Pull in now because they hit different now.
I gotta go here.
Jay and my Kyle,
they were loving to each other as a couple, but they're also good parents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I guess because I was older, they didn't feel like my parents.
Yeah.
Claire and Cliff felt like my parents.
But then you know what? I have to give it to you because like I like the little moments where they did like the jazz music.
Yeah.
Like the episode when he had like the cake. And she was asking for the cream cake with the strawberries on top. And he came out with one. And she was like, no. He came out with two. Then dude came out with three. And put his face in. It was over.
Now listen.
Like those little moments on there. I have to. They were very loving.
These are moments in special places that I tap into. In a pocket that I tap into. These people on the screen. Queez. Follow me.
Okay. Go for it.
My favorite modern day, quote unquote, supposed to be old day. On the modern day, on how we popping it in modern day, and these folk were doing modern back then on how we Graham, you my and it was to a marriage and a wedding. Queez, right here on Live and Legit. I can't wait till my boy B sing this to you. Well, it's been 5 years. Can't hold back my tears. 'Cause I'm just so happy. Zoom in.
I'm marrying an angel today.
Oh.
How is... Hold on.
They call me crazy.
Hold on.
They call me crazy.
How is that?
They call me crazy.
I just like the song.
How is that?
They call me crazy.
How is that even considered a good couple?
I just like
they spent the whole entire series of Jamie chasing her not giving him the time of day. That song comes from the end of the whole freaking show.
When she came down the aisle looking,
what you mean?
Not a good couple.
If it's a guy,
choice.
Look,
My
boy sitting back like, boy, I'm gonna get her. Yeah, she popping it. She doing
They'll be more than running for toxic.
They're
more than running for toxic.
But listen here.
Most toxic couple on here.
Right there. That if you don't pick Melanie and Derwin, by far the most toxic.
No.
But are you serious?
No. The game made them toxic.
They by far the most toxic.
Because they talk about
real.
Because they want to go real life. toxic. You feel me?
That was really toxic.
It's levels to this. It's levels.
No,
This
Melanie and Durham was way more toxic.
Toxic than that.
Okay, yeah, they were
toxic.
They were toxic as hell.
Definitely.
You're right. They were toxic as hell.
Poster children for toxic relationships.
You're right.
They shot each other. Like,
You're right.
He let her go to jail for 17 years.
Right.
That's toxic.
That's toxic. That's very toxic. But Melanie and Durham was still toxic as hell.
Oh, we talking about on film. Toxic.
Oh, yeah. On film.
I mean, none of them are together for real.
No. I'm just talking about off film with really got toxic, really got real. You feel me?
Oh, I mean, nah. Gina and Martin got toxic off film.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah.
But yeah.
So who he post? What?
That's Blackish.
But you gotta give them credit. They're a great couple too.
They are a really good couple. That I did not see when they first announced that that's who they cast for them. I was like, I don't even see that work. But Trace Ellis Ross have really come to her own. She is
phenomenal.
She really is.
And I love her off-camera person. Like I follow her on different social media platforms, and I must say I really like her as an actress, as a person. I like the vibe that she gives, and I like her energy. Her, you know what I'm saying? I like her.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I do too, man.
What about here, right here?
Toxic.
My boy got the gas.
But you know, so strangely enough,
toxic.
He wasn't the bad. Well, she wasn't the bad person. It was him.
Yeah, cause he didn't want her.
He wanted Laura.
Oh, listen, I'm trying to.
Laura. That's how.
Zoom back in, please.
I thought that was Laura for a second.
My boy got the gas on deck. Gas. I'm talking about.
What you mean?
The good gas.
Like he got a fart?
Oh God, y'all told me. Marijuana.
Where you see that?
He got his own brand.
Oh, yeah, for real? That's all. In real life.
I'm trying to put y'all down.
Okay.
Yeah. My boy got his own strand. Urkel got his own strand of gas, man.
It's called Urkel.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
It's called Urkel Purple.
Urkel Purple.
Yeah, man.
Is it his or is it name?
No, it's his, bro. He out here going show to show, marketing and produce. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about this? We didn't even talk about that. What about
this original? You talking about your mom and dad?
They were kind of
before your time.
No, boy. I watched the whole series of the Jeffersons.
Jeffersons were actually
no. When I say
they made the Jeffersons to counter what Good Times was portraying.
Yeah, All in the Family. You know, it's a spinoff of All in the Family.
Yeah, but I thought that it was also made because, you know, they were talking about the black family being ghetto, poor. They weren't showing like middle class, upper class black people on TV. So they made the Jeffersons to counter that image on TV.
Side note, the Jeffersons, Good Times, and I think
227.
What's Happening were all being filmed on the same lot at CBS at the same time. Wow. And they were all just one big happy family. Like when they rap shooting over here, they'll all come together and have lunch and stuff. And it's pretty cool.
Wow, that is pretty cool. That's what's up.
That's dope.
But yeah, so that's what's up. That's it.
So you had your East Wing, your West Wing. We got studio A, B, C, and we all on the parking lot tonight, and they all.
Oh yeah, those big studios, you know.
That's dope, bro.
Well, there is something I want to discuss, but can we discuss it?
Yeah, go pop it, please. Pop it.
You want to discuss it now? Or?
No, now. Go ahead.
Let's talk about the side chick.
Okay.
Define what is a side chick.
B, go ahead.
Side chick is not my main chick. Side chick is the one that I won't marry. She's the one I won't even date publicly. But she's the one that I come see when I need that fixing. Right.
So basically, she is a friend with benefit.
A side chick is, hey, is we doing company tonight or next week? Like, we company. Call me when we want some company. You feel me? Like,
sex, benefits.
You did.
Okay.
Let's do company tonight. You feel me? Side, you feel me?
So
with your man, you don't do company. You feel me?
Do you think it's possible for a female, not necessarily to be considered, does she have to, when it's just being friends with benefits, as a female, do she have to be called a side chick? Why she just can't be a female who likes casual sex?
Because if that's her role, if she's enjoying casual sex with people who are in marriages or relationships, then that makes her what? So
look, check this out. She could be that, love bug. She really can be that, and she had the right to be that, and she is that. However, it's just like marriage, husband, wife. We've been putting labels on things. So guess what? It's a point now in life to where, guess what? She has a label. She can be that, but guess what? We've been labeling things from when you go to work with you feel me, your label on you feel me, your little name tag.
But
but
my thing
tag,
is,
like, label.
But that ain't fair. That's not fair because yes, that is a possibility to be like if you're talking to someone who is in a relationship, then yeah, you are the side piece. You're the second person. You're the mystery lover. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just casual sex, both parties are not in a relationship. Why would you call her okay? But that's what he did. He called her a side piece. He called her side piece, Issy, because no one has ever opted to marry her. But that's not always the case.
Are we gonna sit up here and hold what DJ Akademiks says the Bible?
No, we're not saying. I'm just saying. But a lot of guys, let's be honest, a lot of guys feel the same way. Am I wrong?
But listen, a lot of times guys are labeled as well. Let's not forget about that. Just we can take it to the side piece situation, the female, but the guys label as well.
Talking about y'all always gotta
because
be the victim.
no because
we're tired of being attacked. My men, we are tired of being attacked. It's time for us to stand up for our rights, man.
Because you know how many times La Mama go back to La Mama, home girl, and say, girl, you know you feel me? Just like my dog, hey boy, you know La Mama, just. Yeah, it's y'all do the same. So I'm telling, it's been labels on labels. So that's why I love Bub, because it's been labels on labels. It should not be labeled. It should be what's understood don't have to be explained. But people put labels on how they've been putting labels on forever. We'll put labels.
But my thing is to judge someone and say like just because she doesn't want or just because she hasn't been married doesn't mean you know what I'm saying.
I'm following you. I think the point that he was trying to make when he said it was she's not wife material. Why not? What he was saying is you're only good enough to be a side chick. I think that's what he was trying to say in so little words.
Okay.
It's you're only good enough to be a side chick. So that's why he called her side chick pussy.
Because
why is she only good enough to be a side chick? Why can't
I think he was judging by her history, by her past. She's only good. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying that it's right. But I'm just trying to put some understanding on what I think Ak was trying to say.
Because when it comes to corporate,
I'm sure he don't need
office,
me to speak for him.
Corporate businesses, it's called like you got to be eligible. Eligibility. It's called criteria. Do you meet the criteria?
But a lot of dudes don't meet the criteria.
And
I guess that's what my point be about. I agree with a lot of stuff that your boy be talking about. You know what I'm saying? When he talks about how the high price, the high value male, and how women, you know, they go after a certain male, and how hey, you that ain't for you. You know, I get some of that, but a lot of times, dudes like yes, women are gonna have past. You know, you're not gonna find. Very rarely now you will find somebody without a past. You know what I'm saying? Especially the older you get. Yeah. People are going to have a past.
I think that's our age group.
Yeah, you're going to have a past. But my thing is, don't count that person out because people change. And just like a dude can say, hey, I'm ready to settle down. I want to change. So can a female and be priceless because I know what I want. I know what I bring to the table now. And so I'm not going to take anything less than. And that could mean taking someone, even though he may not make as much, but understanding the value of the person, understanding their value of their time with you, makes them of value, makes them equal for you.
But at the end of the day, most women want a man with some experience. Most men want a woman with none. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't make the rules. I just live in society. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of how it is. Most women want if a man come up to you and be like, "Yeah, I'm a virgin," ugh. But if a woman come up to a man and be like, "I'm a virgin," for real. So you know what I'm saying?
Teach you something, little mama. I'm from.
And that's just kind of how it is. So like judging a man by the way men judge women is not fair because you know what I'm saying. Women expect men to have a body count, a higher body count. Men expect women body count to be low. So I think that all Ak was saying, and he's not trying to be politically correct. He's not trying to speak with the most logic. This is for clicks. He is trying to get clicks, so he's going to use this to his advantage. So I'm not going to even say.
And I get that, but my point is, there's a lot of people that thinks the same. That think the same way. And my point is, everybody's going to have a past. You can't judge me or say that I'm wife material because based off my past, or I'm not wife material based off my past. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, there's a lot of guys who are the same. Hold
on, please. Hold on. How would you know what's wife material?
And I think that's a good question. I think it goes into the definition of what a person is looking for. Because for me, a husband material, for example, may not be the same as husband material for the girl over here.
But that's all you can judge. You can't say if that makes her eligible to be wife material or not, because you don't know what men are looking for in a wife.
But neither does he. There is a man that's going to look at her after this and be like,
but he's a man, so he's qualified to make that assessment.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, because he is a man.
No, not for every woman.
He is qualified to make that assessment because he is a man.
I'm not qualified to make that assessment for every man.
I'm not saying that what he's saying qualifies for every man, but he can stand up there and say, you're not wife material. That's his assessment of her. But because he is a man, he knows what he's looking for in a wife. He can say that. You can't say that. You can't stand here and say that what he.
Ding, 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 ding. The statement should have been, "You're not wife material for me," or in my opinion.
Like I said, he left out a lot of words I've been trying to fix, but then again, he wasn't trying to be politically correct either.
Exactly.
He was trying to get them clicks. But
and to tell that girl she's not wife, that's not appropriate and it's not cool. Who's to say that when she was having a past, she was enjoying it? She has no regrets. But now at this point in her life, she's exactly. She's thinking differently.
The point so that I was just making,
she's not wife material,
but
it's not appropriate.
The point that I was just making, that's all well and good. You out there, how hot girl summer, whole phase, all this good stuff. That's all well and good. But when you settle down to finally try to find the man you want to make your husband, one of the things he's going to be looking at is your body count.
Yesterday.
How many people have been into what I'm finna claim mine for the remainder of time?
And how many women have been on what I'm finna claim mine for
but hold on.
So
don't flip that. Don't flip that, because most women don't even look at that as a thing. You may, but most women don't.
Exactly. So wait. So what makes a person, whatever character, whatever you need them to be, what makes a person a good boyfriend, a good girlfriend, a good husband, a good mate, a good partner, whatever, is in the eyes of the beholder. It's the person who's trying to receive, who's receiving, and who's trying to interact. Mm-hmm. For example, there are a lot of people out there on these dating apps who, I need me a woman that got A, B, C, and D, and it be the most foolish of stuff. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make a person a good person.
To you.
And to him. And to you. It's not right.
No. What I look for in a partner.
Go ahead.
It's not what Ak look for in a partner. It's not what Q look for in a partner. That's what I look for in a partner.
And what you look
so
for?
No matter how crazy it might be to you,
that's your
for me
standard.
That's what I want. If I say I want my partner to weigh 650 pounds, nothing less. That's what I want in my partner.
And that's okay.
Can't nobody
as long as you say that a person who does not weigh 650 pounds is less than a woman.
No. Wait.
Because that's what he said.
Hold up. Before you pop
that's
it,
what he said.
Before you pop it, I'm finna swing it to you. Cuz said 650, and there's a 650 out there saying, hey, I want to be accepted at 650. And that's when the universe set up to him meet the 650. However, what she's saying is, go ahead.
My thing is, wording is everything. We went through this last week with Q. Wording is everything, okay? So when he said, you're not wife material, and he said that to her, you should have said, but that's in my opinion. And I think that's the point that she's trying to make. I mean, how dare you say that I'm not wife material because I've done A, B, C,
easily. Because
you have no authority to call somebody. The only thing you have for yourself. In that moment, she was not trying to date him.
Many times?
So what gave him the authority to pass judgment on her? She's not passing judgment on him.
He's passing judgment from him. He can do that.
No, you
from
can't.
Him. Why can't he? He did it. Why can't he?
Because he shouldn't have.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No,
he should not
but
have.
he did because he can, as a person, he has a right to judge someone based on his opinion of them. That's what's wrong with society. Everybody's so sensitive. You don't want people to judge you based on their opinion.
I can be
he
sensitive
has that
if
right.
I want to.
He has that right.
So
he was sitting there talking to her.
Listen, basically, all this mean. Listen. Into short words, all the back and forth. This is what this means.
He was wrong for voicing his opinion.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not.
Not wife material. He called her. She was basically side chick ussy. And you don't call nobody that. You don't know me. How you gonna call me that if you don't know me?
This how it goes from your perspective and his perspective. Because guess what? The conversation is that you actually are rebuttaling when you actually can have him rebuttaling, but the focus and the topic of discussion of you're rebutting to what he's saying. Why? Because this is a topic of discussion.
Because it's foolish. That's
and it
why.
can go both ways.
I need you to say that because it was foolish.
And it can go both ways. But the topic of discussion and the most focus point that really
men who call
matters,
people side chicks
listen,
are dogs.
when you step,
that's the topic.
when you step, and it goes for business.
Let me stop.
when you step into and you sign yourself up and you agree and consensually agree to this is the criteria. This is what it's gonna come with. This is what's gonna happen. And you can do one or two things. You can not sign or you can sign. And now, a lot of times that is not disclosed.
Get it off your chest.
Let me tell you something else too. And so then you got men like him.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You side piece. You have spent your 20s, you know what I'm saying, sleeping around. So now you 30 something. Yeah. But then so have you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You as a man, you spent your 20s, early 30s sleeping around.
Yes, ma'am.
But then you want to look at me when I'm 30 something
and doing my thing.
And I'm settled, you know, I'm settled now. Just like you ready to settle. Hey, it's a mirror thing, you know what I'm saying? But then you say, you're not getting, so I'm going to go down to this 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get somebody younger because the older one's no good. But you played over.
Hold on.
All
pop it, because that's how the game goes.
No, that's not how the game goes.
And no, but
that's not how the game goes.
No, it really is.
That's not how the game goes.
It really is.
That is not. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. Listen. Let me talk.
I wasn't through. I wasn't through. So it is how the game goes.
I know.
You play people at your age range. And then when you get ready to settle down, you want somebody younger.
Exactly.
So that you can have
Get what they call.
What they call.
Reboot. All right. Default reboot.
And it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad. I guess my thing is we do that and you turn around, now you want somebody younger. But then when you were younger and you had this
chance, you was on that platform.
But then what you do is you get in these relationships or you lead people on for years, uncommitted, cheating, doing what you do, friends with benefits, and now you ready to settle down.
Now you
she
ready.
too old. Let me get somebody younger because she can do what I
Restart
need
the
to
program.
do. Younger with children, young. You know what I'm saying? Fight. You know, fresher. You know.
So
what I'm
guess
saying?
what? Now I'm
and
finna make it right.
I hope she cheat on you.
Yeah.
Give you chlamydia.
Yeah.
Herpes.
All
of it. Itch. Scratch. All of it. I hope she give it all to you because
Pop
it.
Hold on.
Pop it.
So, why didn't she leave? Who fault is it that she stayed?
Okay. 1 minute though.
Just hit her with it. Why didn't she leave?
I'll give it to you.
Come on.
I'll give it to you because women look for, well, some women, I don't mean this for all because there are some women out there who enjoy casual sex, enjoy casual relationships. We're not talking about that. But I'm talking about a woman who's looking to commit. Okay. If I'm with you, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? And I give it to you. Why should you leave? There's more fish in the sea, you know. And that's one of the things I agree with with my boy about. Hey, at some point you got to move on. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done because I'm committed to someone. I love this person. You got game. You may be appealing to some of my sides that I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? And it's like. You're drawn to that person, unfortunately, and it happens where you end up where you're like not necessarily saying, And a lot of women do this, so don't get me wrong. A lot of women are like, oh, I can fix him, or I can wait him out, I can do this. You can't. A person don't change until they ready to change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's honestly what a lot of people get to. You're like, you get in these long-term relationships, you get comfortable, then you're like, man, I gotta start over. And if you really want commitment, you really want a relationship, you really want to. Sometimes, not everybody, not all the time,
not all people, but
it's like, I don't feel like it.
I'll just stick with it. I can't go from the A to the B to the A. I gotta do this all over again. To the C to the D to the E to the F to the all over again. Yeah, and then after so long, you get in your 30s, you get in your 40s. You've been doing it so long, it's just like bro, it's all you know. Come on, you know what I'm saying? And so you're waiting for the change. You know what I mean?
So hold on. So
is it right? No.
So in that case, then both people are equally responsible, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take that whole scenario off the board because it no longer matters because both people are equally responsible in that situation.
Both are obligated. Both parties are obligated
the person giving the runaround as well as the person taking it.
Right.
I give it to you. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So next point. That's off the board. Next point. You don't have another one? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Don't do it. Hold on now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
She don't have another one apparently.
No, because you brought that
she
point
don't have another
up.
one
If we
apparently.
go back to the original point, my thing is when you're ready to settle down, when he is ready to settle down, you can't look at your equal female counterpart and say she's not settling down material when you both have the same past and you're both currently in the same place.
All I'm gonna say is this. The Bible says when a man findeth a woman, right? So let me finish, ma'am, Miss Lady.
Go ahead.
So the Bible says when a man findeth, right? So therefore, it's the man's responsibility to go find, seek, and ye shall find. Correct. Right. All right. So when a man go find a wife,
seek and found,
right? He finds a good thing. It's what the Bible says, right? So when I find, I have to base that upon what I'm looking for. Correct. So every woman I come in contact with is not the woman that I'm trying to find. Yeah. That's me seeking.
That's true.
Right. So if I'm going to judge a woman that I come in contact with based on the things she's done in her past, I'm seeking. You can't get mad at me for setting a standard in my seeking. Now, when I find the woman who meets those standards, now I have found. You see what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Brother, but brother, because in modern day world, guess what it's called? We on the dang website.
Oh, my hand. You were holding it too long. I started feeling weird.
But okay.
No, wait. Listen, it comes to filters. Filters. The word filter.
You don't know.
You're seek what you're trying to find, you have to tap into the filter to come up with your criteria to find. Because when you go into your seeking, you're setting your filter of what you want to find throughout seeking. So how am I wrong for setting my filter of what I want to seek to?
Okay.
So I'm supposed to say fine. So fine. That's a dumb thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So first off, I got 2 points there. I'm gonna let it be. I think it's real funny how when people get caught in the corner and they know they wrong in their views, they always try to pull out the Bible at that time. And so then
no, she ain't.
So, you know,
I know she ain't.
He do, you know,
come on,
my boy Kanye is real.
But
no, listen, no disrespect, my boy Kanye, but he for real. He saying it though. Off what you
but let's talk about how you shouldn't be fornicating.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. It wasn't that though.
He said
it wasn't that when he
was. So if you gonna pop it like that,
yeah, you pop it both ways, you know what I'm saying? Use it for when you out in them streets and other people's sheets.
Exactly.
Use it for the end too. Don't be bringing it around the word
crazy
when you want to prove your point at the end when you should have brought it in when you with acting up at the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Don't dress up like this and go in front of folk like and you
with that dirty T-shirt on. We know what you've been
doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us for another.
Oh, and now the show is over.
When they
because he been
cut you off.
For joining us for another wonderful episode
show
of Live
over
Lit
now.
Legit.
It's over.
Them folk call
Okay.
off there in 5.
Be sure,
He
ladies
who
and gentlemen,
findeth a wife,
ladies and
findeth
gentlemen,
a good thing. But he who in everybody's sheets ain't wrong.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
That's what I heard.
Your mic finna go out. Be quiet. They're different to cut your mic.
Excuse.
I control this over here. You feel me?
Excuse me.
Tell them where they can find us at, man. Go to the big screen.
I'm trying to do my closing. Excuse me.
Yeah, close it up.
Show 'em, man.
Be sure to follow your boys, man, on Facebook at Live Lit Legit, on Twitter at Live_Legit, Instagram Live Lit Legit Co. Be sure to hit that website, livelitlegit.com. /shop blogs. What's the other one? We got shop blogs. Oh, TL Studios, man. If you in the Birmingham area,
TL
you got a
Studios.
podcast, you're looking to shoot maybe some Instagram content. You want to do photo shoots. Any of the above, TL Studios, we can take care of it. We also have wedding videography available as well. Whatever you got going on your event, we can take care of it.
TL Studios, real true production, man. Legit production.
Yeah. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I got a headache arguing with them. Follow me on Twitter.
B, where they can find you at?
At that B-Dub guy.
I said real fast one time.
At that B-Dub guy.
I gotta get my boy straight. Hey, Quee. If these folks having headaches and having depression, they going through.
He should have been had that headache before. You know what that is?
What it?
That was the Lord. He said, "Don't be using my word
against my word." And guess what? If somebody is probably having a breakdown and a meltdown, they can always pull up at you.
You can
and your
always
services.
find me in Homewood, Alabama, at flipthescriptscounseling. Not .com. I ain't got it.
It's on the way.
But
It's on the way.
But seriously, Flip the Script Counseling is located in Homewood. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking new clients right now.
Awesome, man. Big God.
I service those age 10 and up. I do not do substance abuse or eating disorders, but I do handle a lot with past trauma, behavioral problems, and just processing day-to-day life.
That's so awesome, man. It's Big God, man. Always Big God working, man. Shout out to Quee. Shout out to my boy B. It's your boy 2 Cup Show D. Your boy Q Smith. You can always follow me. Just follow me. We love you. Hey, man, real talk. Next week. But y'all popped it this week. I just want to shout y'all did y'all thing tonight.
Look at them.
And it's a beautiful thing, man. Say, man. Hey, man. There we. Hey, it's
So sad. Why are you so sad?
I ain't sad, man.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.